Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily Wednesday workout. It's Des here. Just checking in a different kind today. Things haven't quite gone to plan, but there's lots of reasons for that. Feeling really positive about why, strangely enough. Whilst it's been a bit of a hectic, full-on day, feels like I've not stopped to this point. Coming on late again. And I really want to get back into a great rhythm with DOdaily. But again, it's something that I probably need to fit in sometimes. It's one of the things I can move, readjust. It's great for my sort of well-being, knowing I'm on top of things when I get it done. At the times I say I'm going to do it. But today it's just a check-in late because, like I say, it's not exactly gone to plan, and it hasn't. It's been a really hectic day, and I was thinking about it on my way back from the running club this evening. I was thinking, why is it sort of full on at the moment? And as much as I really enjoyed my spa day on Monday after the epic running weekend, and I did enjoy it and I don't regret it one bit, this week is actually a case of trying to fit 5 days into 3, because I'm heading away to my stag do on Friday. Really looking forward to that. You know, something that I've kind of been put to the back of my mind for a lot of the time, but feeling as good as I am, positive about everything that's happening. You know, this week it's really sort of dawned on me what it is that it's happening. Got some good guys around me, so sort of talking, joking about what that's going to be this evening at the running club with some of the guys that are going. That was all nice. You know, of course I've done my quiz as well, which follows the running club, and I had to fit that in. I had to write it. Having been away all weekend, I'd not really started it. But again, it's just a case of doing the things I enjoy, and these things are all great. Really looking forward to Friday and getting to Brighton and then going to glorious Goodwood for the races on Saturday and making the most of that. But it dawned on me the fact that I've got to now sort of fit everything I'd normally do in 5 days into 3 days. Last week I was talking about those changes, which was going to free up a bit of time. But when you lose 2 complete days, one to a spa, one through travelling and going away again, you know, it makes it difficult. But I think the important thing to remember in all that is that I've realised why. If I'd not realised that the time had been cut short, and it sounds straightforward, it sounds like we should know, but it's not always the case, is it? We kind of get carried along in what we're doing. We sort of get engrossed in it, and then before we know it, something else happens. You know, and like for me today, it's been a day of almost housekeeping. You know, answering lots of queries, questions, doing lots of little jobs before I really had to get onto the big stuff, the running clubs, the quiz, you know, doing DOdaily, the things I really want to do. But there was lots to sort out in the meantime. Sort of catching up from Monday, where I spent the day out. Again, I'm definitely not sort of regretting that. Brilliant, I needed it. It's what sort of made me quite relaxed and calm about the situation at the moment. If it weren't for that, you know, I'll probably be a little bit more stressed out, a little bit more sort of, oh, I need to get things done and I need to get back into routine. But there is reasons for it. I took that time, especially to relax and take some time back for me. And I've been talking about that a lot recently. And then on Friday, of course, I've already mentioned a lot about the stag do and the travelling. So there's a reason for it. And that's the point I'm making now. It's almost like I can stay calm, level-headed, keep doing the things I'm doing, keep ticking the jobs off. You know, whilst it is really busy, whilst it's quite hard work, a lot of hard work to fit it all in, it's explainable as well. It's there's reasons for it, and as I said before, sometimes when we don't see the reasons, when we don't see the bigger picture, is when we get ourselves into a bit of a tizzy. You know, start sort of getting a bit rash, making poor decision making sort of comes into play. You know, and before you know it, you're sort of snowed under with everything you need to do. Whilst it does feel a little bit like that, I'm not feeling overwhelmed. I'm not feeling sort of under pressure. You know, I can only do what I can do, and I've taken lots of big decisions to get to this point, but it's a case of just persevering right now, you know. And when I'm sat on that train on Friday morning with the guys, you know, God forbid whatever's going to happen there, but, you know, when I'm sat there, you know, looking forward to the weekend, it'll all be worth it again. And that's kind of what I had to remember to myself today. Whilst I've said I've not been overwhelmed, I've not felt too under pressure, I've had to really sort of set about what I needed to do, and just being safe in the knowledge that there is purpose to it all, you know, is absolutely brilliant. I mentioned there I've had to do 1 or 2 sort of bits of housekeeping, 1 or 2 conversations, you know, which I wasn't expecting to have, but nonetheless, I did it because it needed doing. Again, those kind of mentioning it because there was 1 or 2 sort of difficult conversations, people asking me questions, talking to me about the things I talk about on DOdaily. And again, it'd be easy to say I'm busy, I'm too tired, you know, but I won't do that. I just keep sort of going at it, keep giving it a go, because that's what I'm all about, isn't it? If you stick to what you're all about, if you stick to what you do, you know, and believe in your purpose, believe in your intentions, then everything will be absolutely fine. You know, we all get busy, we all get feel a little bit under pressure, we all feel a little bit tired. If you'd seen the episode Tuesday training yesterday, you'd have seen that I was really tired. I couldn't believe watching it back how tired I was. And again, it's meant for a bit of a tired day, but there's lots going on to keep me sort of active, keep me positive, keep me enthusiastic about everything I'm doing. And when you've got that, you know, can we really complain? You know, last night I was busy, but I went to a football match, you know, because that's my guilty pleasure. It's all part of, a lot of the time, and that's all part of work and doing things and sort of doing what's required of me from some of the little jobs I've taken on. But again, it's real enjoyment, and that's great, isn't it? When you can kind of sit there in the middle of the week. At the time, I always encourage people to check in. That's kind of what Wednesday workout's about. I use another term in the sense of midweek motivation. It's just to sort of realise where we are at. And as I said to you, sort of coming home this evening, as I tend to do, you know, on a Wednesday, once it's been a busy day, once lots have happened, it kind of comes naturally to me now, because I've probably spoken about it. I've probably, in the best possible way, brainwashed myself a little bit to think this is what I do on a Wednesday. I kind of figure it out. I figure out how it's happening for me. And again, whilst it isn't plain sailing, it's fine, because I've done things that I want to do. I'm shaping things my way, to get my full enjoyment from it, you know. And what more can we ask for? You know, I really sort of appreciate everything I've got right now, everything I've experienced recently, everything I'm going to experience. So there's nothing to get too fed up about. And that's all I'm going to urge today, guys. Just keep being really, really positive. You know, whatever sort of sets about us. I spoke a lot on Monday about taking that time out. I spoke a lot last week about making decisions that are right for us. They're all important, equally as important as just keep sort of doing it with a smile on your face, with positivity, knowing that you're working to the bigger picture. And when you feel like that, it's absolutely amazing. I had one conversation today with a friend, you know, and I kind of mentioned again, and I've mentioned this no end of times on DOdaily, but it's always important. And if anybody's looking in for the first time, this is kind of what DOdaily is about. It's about being honest and realistic, and just sort of weighing up where we're at any given point. But I said that when I started doing this, when I started talking, you know, when I started running even, it wasn't what people around me did, you know. And it's easy sometimes to look outwardly and criticise what others expect of us, what others do, you know, how others get offended by it, get upset by it. But at the end of the day, if you can look in the mirror, be happy, know you've done it again, I'll use these words I used earlier. If you can do it with good intentions, you know, knowing you want the best out of every situation, more than anything, even though I'm rubbish at it, you can sleep at night. And that's what's important, isn't it? Because everything changes when you make that decision. Everything gets that little bit better. You know, it's not easy. It's not the easiest thing you have to do. People still upset me now. People still offend me. But what I try and do is sort of distance myself from the fact, knowing that if I'm doing it my way, you know, not with arrogance. I don't think anybody could accuse me of not being thoughtful and compassionate about any given situation, about other people. But as long as I know I'm doing it, you know, my way, it's absolutely fine. And again, it's just one of those. It's just a case of me being honest. You know, again, nothing deep about what I've said today other than the way I see it, trying to explain it, trying to articulate it. Hopefully that I've done that to some degree of success. I'd like to be reporting more activity, strenuous stuff, you know, really sort of buzzing on the back of that, because it does help. It's so important to me on a Wednesday. Once I've got to walk in and I've got all my errands done, it's been a case of that again. Even at the running club, I was sort of setting the guys off and working on one or two other things. And that's not a great place for me personally. But again, knowing why it's panned out in this way and giving myself a chance to put it right in the coming weeks, you know, when things do free up a little bit, because they will. You know, I'm not sort of saying it's this way all the time. Life has its rush hours, I guess, doesn't it? And it just feels like I'm in one of those right now. But once it frees up, you know, once I get the routines back, once I get my running going, that's amazing. I'd love, like I say, I'd love to report all that, but it's just not happened in that way. We can only go again tomorrow. Definitely be out there tomorrow because I've got coaching session, I've got DOdaily to do, I've got to pack for my trip, I've got all sorts of little errands to do. But again, I'll be doing it in the right mindset, looking forward to it, you know, trying to understand why it's happening this way. And when you try to understand, you figure it out. When you figured it out, you know, you can make it better. If it's not great, if it's great, you make it even better. Add in a bit of activity, as I like to do, you know. That's amazing. So it's not quite been a Wednesday workout, the usual, what I said right at the start of the episode. But again, there's lots of positivity, lots of things to take from it. I could add those up through all the individual things I've done and just reel them off. I'm not going to do that outwardly. I'll have a think about it, you know, and again, wake up, think about them and realise that it's been another good day. So for now, if you have managed to get what I'm saying, you know, if you do understand where I'm coming from, please give this episode a thumbs up. Really, really would appreciate that. You know, it does so much to help the channel. And if you're new, please do subscribe. Always grateful for the support. Always grateful for all the good things that happen every day. As I sort of go into the back end of another week, hopefully I'm smiling by the end of it. I'm sure I will be. Just doing it.